Good evening once more, everyone. Maz Hezoke is still here with us. Now, this is going to be a very late night one, and as many of you have written me privately to do the whole analysis of that clip that I played, obviously, I've decided as that, it's as it appears very interesting to so many people. Hence the reason why I have decided once more to come up online as part of a late night broadcast. What we might do is, if need be, depending on how the broadcast goes, we might have to get to a point where you might have your own say. Now, without further ado, what is going to happen is I'm going to allow these analysis to flow. And in doing that, I would have to remind us that if you haven't subscribed to this platform, that you should kindly do so. If you have subscribed to the platform, we appreciate your support. Some of you who do that in form of super stickers or super chat, or some of you who wish to advertise with us, you can also do so. You want to advertise on gingermedia.com, which is our newspaper blog, or on Ginger Media TV across various social media handles. So, without further ado, let us quickly go on this. Now, the as you see the title, it says that there are current governors, senators, Asorok officials named as sponsors of insurgency, Boko Haram terrorists during interrogation, and that they are part of government. Now, this analysis, what I'm going to do, as it's now late, is to bring the, play the whole video for us to really understand what is happening. Because as it is, it's no longer, a hearsay or gainsaying in any way, shape, or form. It is become now a reality that something is abysmally wrong with us. Let's bring him in.
Welcome back. Yes, we'll be talking about what you just saw now, the security breach in NDA, and we've got Commodore Kunle Olawumi joining us here this morning. He's the head Department of Criminology and Security Studies, Christland University, Nigeria. Good morning, sir. Thank you for coming on today.
Thank you very much for having me.
Well, this is it's one of those blow your cheeks out moments, because lots of people, when they heard it, they just thought, no way, this can't be. But they just thought, well, in fact, some people thought it was fake news. Others thought, nah, maybe there could be some other explanation to this. And then the academy put up this press release saying, yes, it's been compromised. And here we are today. So details are emerging that raises more questions than answers at the moment. But what's your impression of this, for instance?
Thank you very much. My impression, I think, is just the impression of every Nigerian at this point. This is an aberration. I mean, you don't attack Nigerian Defense Academy and kill officers and get away with it.
Yeah.
The last time I was in NDA was in 2017. I went to carry out an investigation by the Minister of Defense. I wanted me to check what is going on with the training and the security environment there. I remember I spent about a week at NDA with the commandant and with the staff, But something struck me, and that was every Friday, the gate of NDA is thrown open, and everybody have access to come and pray in the mosques. And I want to actually enjoin journalists to go to all military formations across the country on Friday by 1 o'clock. You are going to see the same thing happening across all military formations, including Naval Training Command Papa, including the division in Ibadan, including NDA, including Jaji. I was in Jaji in 1994 for my junior division. And every Friday, our gate is thrown open. And everybody comes in to pray in our mosques. Even though they have their mosque outside. If you go to defense headquarters, I serve at defense headquarters as the deputy director, defense administration between 2015 and 2017. Throughout my 2 years at defense headquarters, I received visitors only twice because of the strict security architectures at the defense headquarters.
Are we making anything out of what he's trying to say? There is this religious connotation, this brotherhood that is galvanized via religion, not via principles as such, via religion. That's why on a Friday, according to him, these mosques in the barracks were actually meant, just like the chaplains, for people who live in those barracks. Why would someone from the outside ever come in to do what? To pray? As if if he prays in the mosque outside, Allah is not going to hear people. For people that have done this, that means they have watched, they have taken clues as to what is happening before they eventually struck.
But every Friday, the gate of defense headquarters is thrown wide open for everybody to come in and do Jumat. That is the time the terrorists have the time to profile our security environment.
Has that always been the case?
It has always been the case. I've served the military intelligence for the past 35 years. It has always been the case. Our problem is religion and social-cultural. I mean, people will expect me to come here and start talking about kinetics, about operation and so on. I've been an operational commander all my life. I've commanded warships, I've commanded troops, I've commanded men outside Nigeria and so on. But I'm not going to come to your station to discuss kinetics.
One of the things I like about this conversation is that the man is talking from a point of experience. He's not talking, he's not just talking about things that he's not aware of. He's talking from experience, and he's talking from the point of view of someone who also have commanded, he has been in a commanding position. So again, he knows what he's saying, and we should have a listen.
The problem is not kinetics. In 2017, 2016, I'm always a member of the Security and Intelligence Brief at the Defense Headquarters. I told them, General Lawrence Shakin then, that the challenge we have in this country cannot be solved the same way we solved the problem of Niger Delta. The Niger Delta problem was solved during Yaradua time, basically by me. And I told them that we can't use that same template for Boko Haram. I told General Lawrence Shakin to look at the center of gravity of the problem.
Religion.
And we all came together. I was made a member of the committee, including Atahiru that just died was a member of that committee in 2016, 2017. And we came to a conclusion after several arguments. The arguments were three. To identify the center of gravity of the problem, one group said it is the fighters, the Boko Haram fighters are the center of gravity, so we should go after them. Another group said the center of gravity of Boko Haram is Abubakar Shekau. So if we go after Abubakar Shekau, then the problem of Boko Haram will be solved. I took exception to the group. I said that is not the center of gravity of the problem of Boko Haram insurgency that we were having between that 2012 and 2017. And General Lanshakin asked me, allow me, why are you giving problem? What is the problem? Give us the answer. And I told General Lanshakin, if I tell you the answer, you're not going to be able to solve the problem. He said, what is the problem? I said, the center of gravity of Boko Haram and insurgency in Nigeria are the sponsors of that program. It was beyond us. Because the job we need to do is kinetics. Fight, destroy places, resolve issues. Yep. But we cannot resolve issue of sponsors of Boko Haram that were in Buhari's government, that we know them.
When you say we, who
I was in the military intelligence. Okay. And the defense headquarters staff that I work with, they know. And that was why we couldn't pursue that aspect that could have resolved that problem. Because you need to arrest people. And recently, 400 people were gathered as sponsors of Boko Haram. Why is it that Buhari government has refused to try them?
DSS, I make a disclaimer on this. These are not my words. But now, for 1 second, listen to this. Over 400 people gathered. Intel. Those behind Boko Haram, over 400 of them, over 4 freaking hundred. And we have a
corruption fighting government,
and they are doing absolutely jack.
That was why we couldn't pursue that aspect that could have resolved that problem, because you need to arrest people. And recently, 400 people were gathered as sponsors of Boko Haram. Why is it that Buhari government has refused to try them?
So the government knows sponsors of Boko Haram?
Of course, it's in the news. In April this year, the government said they have arrested 400 Bureau de Change related people that were sponsoring Boko Haram. They told us. And Abu Dhabi but also helped us to arrest few Nigerians, tried them, we know them. Why can't this government, if not that they are partisan and they are actually part of the charade that is going on, why can't they bring those people out for trial?
So the Bureau de Change operates on the one hand, but you...
He broke the table here. I hope all of you understood that he broke the table here. And that table indeed is a glass table. I wouldn't be surprised now his records within the Navy will be brought out from next week, and everybody here. You see, Nigeria is a crime scene where criminals are not prosecuted, but those going after criminals are the ones that is being prosecuted.
Particularly said people in government. Are those part of the Bureau de Change, or those people that you say are in government are still there, government is aware, and government is condoning them?
The people I mentioned that are in government are not these ones they just arrested. You remember this Boko Haram issue started since 2012.
Yeah.
And I was in the military intelligence that time. We arrested those people. It is my organization that actually conducts interrogation and interview. And they mention names. I mean, I can't come on the air and start mentioning names of people that are presently in government now that I know. Presently in government. That the boys that we arrested mentioned. Some of them are governors now.
Hey.
Some of them are in the Senate.
Yeah, I think the one in the Senate, I think every one of us knows.
Some of them are in Asu Rock. Why should a government try to cause this kind of embarrassment and insecurity to the sense of what happened yesterday? And the solution I gave them in 2017, because when I identified the center of gravity for General Lanshakin, and they couldn't pursue it, because some of them were ministers. And what I'm saying now, the Department of State Services are listening to me. They know them.
Yeah, Commodore.
So The solution I gave them was that if we can't pursue the policy strategic level, because the people that we need to talk to are also, going to be difficult to deal with. I said what they should do now is to conduct two things. We should buy blimps. The blimps are not UAVs. They are not drones. Blimps are equipment that can fly up to 10,000 feet, 30,000 feet, static if you want, mobile if you want, and they carry a lot of payload. We saw them in Afghanistan. We saw them in Kenya. This will be something that can give us real-time intelligence, and we can know where these bandits or terrorists, where they emanate from, when they finish operations that they've done, where they go back to.
Okay.
Okay, see, you are talking like a southerner with brain. The people you're speaking to do not have any iota of interest to see that to see the solution you're proposing. You're going too far. Boko Haram comes to kidnap children, and they will take about 300 plus 400 children. Think for 1 second the logistics of moving such large number, moving them to a point, and no one, no air support, no nothing, no air escort, nobody, no surveillance will see where you take them into. I beg, if you don't have any other.
Well,
they did not buy this equipment up to. No.
Okay, you said quite a number of things. Let's pick up on some of them and see if we could make some, if you could shed some further light on some of them. Since 2012, I mean, you've been in operation, as you said, ever since that time. You questioned several people. Some people were identified at that time. Did the government at that time try any of them? Or were any of them also in government at the time?
No, the government did not try any of them, and the defense headquarters where I worked then did not pursue that line of operation because it's beyond them. The defense headquarters, actually, when you look at the defense structure of Nigeria, they lie within the policy strategic level, but basically they are operational guys. So when you have policy problem, then they cannot go beyond their masters. They can write intelligence reports and say this is what is going on. And we've seen that the present government know what is going on.
Well, you're right. They know what is going on. And many of us have actually argued maybe the things going on, maybe we should start putting it to them in form of cartoons. It appears they only maybe read cartoons, therefore we can maybe get traction when we put these things. My good friend Asukwo from This Day newspaper, I hope he can help us and put these things in form of cartoon. Maybe we'll get to the right course.
So is this a policy problem? I mean, the laws are clear. If someone is said to be involved in something as devious as this, the laws are clear. This person is meant to be arrested, questioned. I mean, it's quite clear. So is it a policy problem? We have the laws. So what is stopping the security agencies from actually enforcing the law, since that's what they are?
I think what is stopping them is like when you are a member of a church and your pastor have decided to be at a certain level of spiritualism and you're a member of that church. You cannot be higher than your pastor spiritually. You can't, no matter what you do.
So this is the same religion you spoke about?
Yes. In real life, you see that the defense headquarters cannot conduct any operations that is not sanctioned by the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. Yeah. They cannot.
No matter how small, little
they cannot. So when the Yar'Adua government decided to put an end to Niger Delta militancy, that was in 2007. What he did was simple. He called all the security chiefs and all the intelligence chiefs and tasked them to come up with a solution. The Defense Intelligence Agency, the National Intelligence Agency, the Department of State Services were called with the Inspector General of Police and the Interpol to come up with the solution to the problem. Then the problem was Niger Delta. The president was Yaradua. He was dispassionate. He wanted to solve the problem. Within 6 months, we solved the problem. I remember I have to go to Angola to go and bring Herioka, and nobody in Nigeria knew what we did. All we know is that since 27, 28 that we conducted our operation under Yaradua, Niger Delta issue has remained manageable. This government does not want to resolve this problem. They are escalating it.
Did you hear that? That this government does not want to resolve this problem. They are escalating it. What is it benefiting this government? Not, I'm only asking questions. I'm only probing. What is this government benefiting from all the carnage? During the time of Yaradua, you can see when I refer to Yaradua as a man of peace, it's a Fulani man he was, but he was a man of peace, a man with a good heart, a man that saw a problem. For the first time in Nigeria, election has been rigged, but a man that came in and said, the election that brought me to power wasn't the best we can offer the nation. Therefore, I would do everything to make the processes better. And he surely did. A man that nobody asked to declare his assets publicly or privately, but he did, and gave news reporters copies of his asset declaration. Go dig anything, go find anything. But here we have a saint who told us that he was going to declare and make sure anyone who is going to he was going to appoint would at the same time be pushed to make it public. Sadly, he never did public. All we have is that what's it called? The SSA or whatever will write one nonsense. Oh, he has one house there. He has one land in Port Harcourt, which he doesn't know where it is. And this is the type of useless stories we hear. Again, Yaradua, may your soul rest in peace.
Because of tribal and religious sentiments.
So when you say this government does not want to resolve it, don't forget the same government has purchased. In fact, they're going to induct the Super Tucano jet because of, the insecurity situation. They have, the president has had to change guards, as it were, as a result of people's clamor. I imagine if that was not in the thinking, why would you go that length to make some of the, some of the pronouncements, the meetings that have happened, the purchase, the change of guard and the rest? Why would they do all that if they don't want to sort this?
Because that is not the solution. What you just mentioned is not the solution. When you have a problem at policy level, strategic level, operational level, when you have a problem, what you need to do is to identify the center of gravity of that problem and attack it. That's what you do. What they are doing is not attacking the center of gravity of the problem of Boko Haram and insurgency. So if the president is buying Super Tucano, is changing service chiefs, that is not the solution. We are looking at the wrong side. It's not kinetic. It's politics.
Are you ruling out kinetic altogether?
I can't rule out kinetic because
so it's
a spectrum. It's a spectrum, so you can't rule out something. But the center of gravity is what they should look at. And what is it? I'm saying it on this channel. It is the sponsor of Boko Haram and bandits.
And speaking about the sponsors, when you say the DSS, and they could be listening to you, but so they profile, part of their responsibility is to profile all of these persons before they either vie for elections or before, they are nominated for any of these positions. Doesn't that happen? Don't they get intel and say, look, this, and this is what we found, and then we don't think that this should proceed further? Doesn't that happen?
Oh, Chamberlain, so you make me laugh. I mean, is this something new? You and I were in this country when Magu was appointed by the president, and DSS issued a report that made the Senate to reject Magu twice. Did the president recant? Did the president do anything? You see, I don't know. We seem to have a government that is fixed on something that we haven't really placed our hands on.
It does. You know, when I worked with the DSS in 2007, because when Yaradua approved the operational order that we did, we now have to work together as a team. He actually forced all of us to sit down together and work together. I was surprised at the tremendous amount of information had by DSS. I was shocked. We in DI, I was in Defense Intelligence Agency, and when they were forced to bring out the files, I was shocked. They have so much information at DSS presently as I'm talking about what I'm talking about. They have. But you see, if a fish is going to get spoiled,
From the
it's
head.
going to start getting spoiled from the head.
This man, I hope they won't invade his house. He just insulted somebody now and called him rotten head fish. Hi. Ewo. Oga, take it easy. I hope they won't invade your house. Because again, it's a crime scene where you can only go after those that speak the truth, not those that hurt innocent people. And that's what a clear definition of what Nigeria is. The only country that I have seen many of you sending me messages and say, Mazi, take it easy, Mazi, don't speak. Speak what? These anything I say on this channel, that's why I actually do content analysis where I get these things from first person, from the horse's mouth and analyze it. It's the only country where you are saying it the way it is. And people are calling you to say, oh, hold on, don't say it or don't. But I mean, what is truth to be done with? Truth is there to be told. And I don't know. It's just
The
mad.
DSS will not do anything except the commander-in-chief's body language shows that this is the direction I want to go. That is where the problem is. The DSS has tremendous information. By the time 2023 is here and somebody take over and wants to undo some of this evil that I've seen in this country, you'll be surprised names that the DSS will bring out. They have the information.
They have the information, but whoever is in charge is not letting them work. Anyway, what are we talking? When DSS, you employed in DSS, you employed how many hundreds of people, whereas the allocation that in one state alone, one state of Castina, they had DSS employment more than what the three, what the southeast and southwest had, triple whatever they had as a region, only one state. The calamity that has befallen us is when you sustain such injustices for about 8 years. What it means is, over the years, it means that people serve either when they get to 60 years old, which means they will be in the job for an average of 30 to 35 years. It means that these people, by this planning alone, have basically taken over whoever is going to guide the president, whoever is going to protect the president of this country in the next 35 years. That's what it means. So while we are here analyzing, doing whatever, they are implementing these actions because this is action. We know it. The only time you see any Southern name pop up in some of these organizations is, again, look at it. And I pointed it out the other time. Go check out who is the spokesperson of the army. Go check out who is the spokesperson of the police. Check out who is the spokesperson of the Navy. Is that making any sense? Because when it comes to where competence, because for you to speak and write press releases, obviously, it has to take someone with gray matters in between their skulls. You saw the press release that was released when Umar Danladi, the Biafran boys commentator, you know, Code of Conduct Bureau, bleaching lanky judge, sort of, when his PA wrote the garbage he wrote and said, I was told to say they call them Biafran. But you saw that sort of garbage. It can only come from a person of low competence. But here only you be assigned the mouthpiece to speak where decisions are not made. But when it comes to strategic decisions, the ceiling is shut out on you. You no longer make anything. You amount virtually to
There's
nothing.
nothing I'm going to say here that they don't have. The defense headquarters have the solution for the kinetic aspect. They do. I'm not going to come here to advise them. I work with them, and they're still there. The chief of naval staff was in the intelligence with me. We were together in Defense Intelligence Agency. That's Vice Admiral Gambo. I know these people are good. They know what to do. It's not that they have problems. It has to do with politics, the sponsors, people that feel that this country should be Islamized.
Assuming but not conceding that, that all of this is the case. So what is the end game?
He said something now that I think those in the studio didn't actually pick. He said that those doing this are those who feel that the country should be Islamized. Let that sink in for a moment. That's what he just said. Sadly, the two gentlemen appeared not to have picked and paid enough attention to what he just said. This is a very serious allegation. By the way, if you're joining me for the first time or if you've been watching me, please kindly like this video. Click, just, come out of this comment section, click like this video, share this stream. And if you haven't subscribed to this platform, kindly do. This is Ninja Media TV, and I am Mazezoke, and this is where we explore the truth behind the headlines that you read.
Because I imagine as a strategist, that's what you think about too. So these things are happening. What is the end game? So why will this be allowed to fester? For what purpose?
The end game for them, because we did, normally when you want to look at this type of challenges, what you do is that you go through what we call the intelligence circle, okay? When you do the processing and you do the analysis before dissemination point, you discover that the end game for them is to just turn this country into like a Taliban type of country. And it's a mindset. And anything goes. In other words, 10% casualties, 20% casualties is allowed in trying to achieve the end game of Islamizing this country.
Yeah, but of what benefit? Is Afghanistan a proud country that you want to go and live in? To what end? Sometimes I actually wonder the mental state of those that even think that is it possible to Islamize the whole entity called Nigeria. Why don't you people, idiots, why don't you, Dubanize us? Why don't you Dubai us? We want that form of, conversion. Why don't you Oman us? Convert us into Oman. Why don't you Singapore us? Why is it that only going back to the donkey years, that's why a president in 2021 will be so interested in talking of grazing routes, meaning cows must still be going in certain routes in 2021. Imagine where people, have you ever driven a Mercedes, maybe a Mercedes GLE or whatever? Have you ever seen the comfort? Have you ever gotten into an Audi? Have you ever seen the comfort? Into a Lexus? Have you ever seen the comfort? How can you leave the comfort of these cars? You want to get into a 1982 Volkswagen or Peugeot 406. That's the only thing that can come to mind. People are making progress, are developing themselves, but you want to go back to time and start using Peugeot 406 without air condition. The upholsteries are whatever you can think of. But you have the opportunity of moving to the next level when you come into your car connects into the iPlay. The iPlay takes your iTunes or your Spotify, brings it into your dashboard. You enjoy pure luxury. Even the smell of the leather that you sat on makes you feel good as a human being. No, you don't want to do it. Everybody must come back with you. Let's go back. Let's go and use Maurice Minor. No, 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 no. We have to go back. We have to go and use Santana. No, no, no. Santana is even good. We need to go back. Let's go and use the Citron 125. Jesus Christ. What manner of a people do we have and do we share this country with?
That's for the terrorists, the bandits.
It's not for the terrorists and the bandits, for the sponsors. Because I told you, and I will repeat on this channel, the sponsors of Boko Haram and the bandits are the problems. And defense headquarters, the army headquarters, the naval headquarters, the air force cannot do anything about that. Buhari has to do something about that. The Interpol has the list of those people that are sponsoring Boko Haram. I work with Interpol. They should ask, if they don't know, they should ask. The government of Dubai, they have the list of those people. During the trial of those people that were caught, names were mentioned. They have the list. The government also told us that they've arrested 400 sponsors of Boko Haram. Why should the government not try those people and bring peace and harmony and safety to this nation? Why won't the government do that? Those people that are going to harass cadets and officers in NDA, they live around the place. I know NDA very well. I was in Georgia, I was in NDA as young officers, and I know the area very well. They live around the place. So why can't you put up a blimp that can see what they are doing in real time and eliminate them? Why won't you do that?
In fact, there were more details saying that some persons slept up.
Listen, they wouldn't do that because no one is interested in solving the problem. It is always easier to say we need 10 Tucano jets that will cost billions because it is easy to steal money through that process. But like he said, silent drones will be on top, barely visible, no sound, you will not see them. They will just be there monitoring what is happening. If they kidnap people, you monitor them from there, all their movements. Even if you want to send one or tapia, you precision. But here, jeez, Nigeria is not fit to be a nation in 2021, honestly. Because it appears the nation has failed in all ramifications. Protecting lives and properties that is the minimum any state can do appears a task that is impossible to deliver. A task that is impossible to deliver. It's really sad.
But we'll come to that, hopefully. Markwa has got some questions for you. Markwa, go ahead, please.
Thank you, Chamberlain. Much as we're looking at it looks like we're looking at the remote causes. The immediate causes, I think, is what is worrying a lot of people in terms of the significance of the attack. For some people, they're wondering, what do you think were the bandits trying to pass home a message when they chose the National Defense Academy as the area of the attack? I mean, as the area they decide to attack? Because normally people know that military installations, for instance, if you were to, I mean, you've talked about how the military institutions are usually open to the public on Fridays. There'll be questions as to this attack did not happen on a Friday, it happened on a Tuesday. So the guards were supposed to have been up. So there'll be questions as to what happened, how was the perimeter breached, what about the guards that are usually mounted on, watchtowers, what were they doing, were they asleep? There'll be areas where there are CCTV cameras, what happened in those areas as well? There are huge questions around those areas.
Mokbe, you're asking questions that I've already answered. You know what I think? Nigeria is where nothing makes sense. CCTV, someone is manning CCTV and that person fell asleep. So the CCTV fell asleep with that person, or the person went home and took the CCTV along, or maybe there was no diesel in the generator. Nigeria elite institution. Shame. Shame. Questions, 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 but no single answer.
Around that. And then the significance, what gave these bandits the audacity, the temerity to be able to say, this is going to be the area we want to attack today? Do you have any questions roaming in your head in terms of, what were they trying to really achieve beyond? Because some people say this is not about ransom. Maybe they want to take a ransom, yes, maybe. But it looks like they were trying to send home a message.
Well, if it continues like this, I did say it yesterday, even amidst of joke, even jokingly, one day we might wake up and hear that we should be contributing 55 naira to pay as ransom from people from the rock in the Aso. It might happen. You wake up one day if this breach could happen with NDA. Once more, if you're joining me for the first time, please subscribe to this platform, like this stream. We are over 200 people watching across social platforms, and we only have 12 likes. Come on, people, we can do better than this. Hit that like button, smash it, please, and subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, thank you, Makwe. You just got it right. They just want to send a message. And this is what terrorists do. And what the Buhari government should do is to tag these people as terrorists. What they want to do is to send a message to create fear and to show the military that we can come for you and there's nothing you can do. You may not know, I don't know whether it's out in the news, that the major has been killed. Belongs to some groups, and I know about 3 hours ago, his body was found. He has been killed. So it's not about ransom. I just want to confirm to Makwe that she is right. It's not about ransom. They just want to pass a message. We can come in. We can do what we need to do. And there are some hardliners in this government that are sponsoring this kind of narratives. They just want to show that they can Islamize this country. They think about Taliban, they think about the Mujahideens, and they want to replicate it in this country.
But it's actually insanity. I mean, Taliban and Talibanic way of life and all these things. I mean, this is people living in the past, in the past, by the virtue of their dressing, by the way. I mean, there is no atom of freedom. You saw the other time they invaded the presidential villa when the president when the president fled. Sorry, me, I'm getting sleep now. I'm now beginning to speak like Odumeje. This is past pathetical. You know, the moment the president fled, these guys came in. He saw them the way they were just sitting on the floor. Jesus, I said, who maybe they haven't even seen any seat. Just sit on the floor, cross legs, and that's it. Come on. Honestly, this is sickening.
And they don't care what happened. They simply don't care. As long as at the end of the day, there's Sharia and there is whatever thing they have in their head they want to achieve. So these people that are sending messages are sponsored by Nigerians.
So if I could follow up on that quickly.
Please go ahead.
This part of what you just spoke about now, the security agencies gleaned this from those who they arrested over time, saying this is the intention.
Absolutely. The intention of it's on the internet. So it's not even about the people we interrogated. The intention is to Islamize Nigeria and practice Sharia. And it doesn't matter if some people die. It doesn't matter if you're embarrassed. It doesn't matter if our economy has generated. Look at the interest rate.
But you see, that is actually... sorry, but if I say bunch of idiots, I don't know, maybe that would be an understatement. You have a people that have tried Sharia, and all the states that tried Sharia are all backwards, all of them without no exception. So you've tried it, you've seen how many years, getting to 20 years now, if not up to 20 years, that you've tried it, and you've seen the danger, the devastation of your useless Sharia. Yet, you've seen the uselessness of the Sharia, so to say, but you are still an overdrive to implement. Man,
look at the inflation rate. Look at the debt profile of Nigeria. They don't care. As long as at the end, the Quran is at the sea. So some people in this country have this mindset. And we must tell the truth. If you tell the truth, you die. If you don't tell it, you die. Some people have this mindset to Islamize the nation. And they are in the government. And people know them. The DSS know them. The NIA know them. The DIA knows them, because it is the DIA that conducted the operations, that arrested these sponsors. So they know them. Why is the government, the commander-in-chief of the armed forces?
The general area of Afaka, where where the NDA is cited, is no stranger to this sort of attacks. Before now, I mean, a few other institutions around the Defense Academy.
Now, I just want us to pay attention to this video again.
Peacefully is in parenthesis, near academy. There have been questions before now that sometimes, this happened in Jos, around Rukuba, that, there were attacks happening in the neighboring area, and that the military institutions did nothing. The same thing happened when there were attacks on the airport, the airport's residential area in Kaduna. That was very close to the Defense Academy. They did nothing. They attacked the forestry school in Kaduna. They did nothing. Now they have finally come for them, but
Isn't that funny? You attacked every other place. The military did nothing. They attacked military itself. Military did nothing. Okay, don't worry. The civilians are telling you, calm down. Everything will be fine. They will be investigated, and the perpetrators will be brought to book. So we have seen the IG, and the IG is losing weight because he's working very hard. Yeah, the IG is still losing weight. I mean, these are not my words. These are the words of the one who ought to be in charge.
Are we likely to use a different approach in the fight against insecurity, especially kidnapping, which is a big issue now, sir?
No, I have just seen the IG. I think he is still losing weight, so I think he is working very hard.
So the director of Nigeria Defense Academy is losing weight since yesterday. So whenever you see him now, if you doubt me, see him, go and grab a scale. You will see that he has lost 3 kilos since yesterday, and that means he's working very hard to bring the perpetrators of this crime to book.
Talk is that these people have been there all along. They never went anywhere. The bandits who perpetrated this attack have been there all along. Does the military really need, I mean, if this is something that is of concern to the security agencies, because it was only a matter of time from what it would seem that we're reading that these attacks were going to happen, it didn't really need to wait this long before they took action against people they knew were a security threat to not just them, but also the people around their environment.
Yeah, Makwe, I may also shock you that some cadets.
Oga, please, you have shocked us enough. Don't shock us the one that they will make you not to get back to your house. Again, we don't want you to lose weight because we already know you're working very hard. Me, you can see my neck collars you can actually pour water now. I've already lost weight. Again, once more, if you're joining me this evening, please subscribe to this platform, subscribe to the channel, like the video and share it. Many of us are not doing so on YouTube. Just like and share. Thank you very much for joining us on this late conversation.
Have been abducted before now. And when they took these cadets away, and they demanded for ransom, as low as 400,000 naira at that time, the cadets were released after the ransom were paid. And the cadet told them that where they took them to, that they could hear the parade going on in NDA, that they were not taken far away from NDA.
That means it is a family business. You can hear Nigerian Defense Academy. When cadets were kidnapped, the cadets could hear the command, hey, attention, hey, standard T's, blah, blah. They could hear those commands where they were marching, yet no one knew where they were kept. Come on, come on, come on. In my neck of wood, we say, an old man who does not know how to dig is being mischievous.
That every morning they hear the parade and the programs going on in NDA while they were in the camp of the terrorists. You are right. These people live around NDA. It's about social-cultural issue. As long as you are a Muslim and you speak Fufude or Hausa, you can do whatever you like and fraternize with the military and go in and out of the barracks. You are saying that the attack did not happen on Friday. Of course, it will not happen on Friday, but they have enough time to carry out surveillance.
Well, exactly.
They have enough time to have insiders that will work with them. The problem is that journalists should go around our military institution this Friday and carry their cameras and see the decadence, the security breach that goes on every Friday in all military institutions across Nigeria, and tell the Minister of Defense to put a stop to that. The defense institutions, they are sacred. They are not where people can come on Friday, open the gate because they want to come and do Jumat. The truth is that on Sundays, we don't have such, invasion of our premises by Christians to come and pray or to come and do whatever on Sundays. But for the 35 years I spent in the military intelligence, if you go to Tego Barracks in Apapa, it's the same. The Tego Barracks is where I was trained as an intelligence officer. It's the same. On Friday, they will troop in. They throw it open. It's religion. And because we must think about solution. The Minister of Defense should stop this. They should make pronouncement and stop it. Every Friday, people should go to various mosques around them to pray and maintain the sanctity of our military institutions. That's what
So
I would
I
say.
wanted to know if this has been an issue before now. I mean, has this been anything that, you know, the people at the top in the military have found as a source of concern? Let me raise an instance. For instance, we know that at almost every security institution, even on the roads here in Abuja, before you can enter the same road that leads to any military institution is divided in two. There are huge barricades to prevent anybody from just entering, so to speak. This became a source of concern for the military in terms, especially after the attacks on the police headquarters. Has this been a source of concern for for the top brass of the military to say, hey, look, if we're taking these steps to put barricades, then this is also going to be a source of concern for us. What can we do about it? Have they elevated this discussion?
At defense headquarters, every Monday, even if you go this Monday coming, you will see they are always there to discuss intelligence and security brief. We discuss all topics there, including the issue of Muslims gathering every weekend. All those barriers you see at defense headquarters, and that's why I'm talking to the media. They should go there on Friday. The barrier is no longer there. It's open because it is Jumat. And this is when they come to carry out surveillance. If you look at what happened in Mogadishu Barrack, it was the same. There was a time they went there and blasted the place and killed a lot of people. It's these same people that are allowed to have access on Fridays and become members of the mess because they are, you know, it's a social-cultural issue. So I think we should begin to look, the Minister of Defense should put an end to this, because for 35 years of my stay in the military intelligence, it has been the case. Both naval institution, Air Force institution, Army institutions, even the Department of State Services. Once it's Friday, the gates are thrown open, and people come from outside, and there'll be no space. They'll be all over. If you go to Defense Headquarters on Friday, this Friday, you see them littered everywhere.
If I could just comment now. I mean, this conversation is usually quite tricky. I mean, people listening, some might take different perspectives to it, thinking, oh, is this a religious thing? Is this an ethnic thing? They ask, is it only Muslims you have in the military? Is it only people from this certain cultural, heritage that you have in the military? And I'd like us to tackle the issues. You have mentioned what you have called the core, as it were, of the problem. How do we tackle this without viewing it from a religious spectrum, an ethnic spectrum? Because you know well, Nigeria is quite, polarized across, these groups, ethnicity and religious. How do we tackle it without coming off as though you're inciting people, on those lines?
You see, one thing I discovered in this country is that when it comes to religion, everybody is very sensitive. But the fact I have laid bare is from the experience.
Because we are very religious people, that's why when it comes to religion, everybody becomes, people lose their sense. Somebody will call for Maz's head now if I tell you, stop fighting for your gods. If your gods amount to anything, let them fight for themselves. Some of you will just begin to shout now. But it's basically common sense. It's because of religion. That's why you see most of this nonsense happening, because people have been brainwashed. Someone brainwashed you to a point that if you wear vest and go and blow others up, you're going to get how many virgins in heaven. Now, but your brain never got you to the point to ask, well, if there are virgins to be given on the other side of the life, why is the person that is telling me that not even collecting fresher virgins before I do come? Someone will tell you, oh, that there is a place better than this that you're going to men when you live this life. Maybe that's why we still remain underdeveloped, because we mentally have been brainwashed that we need to go to that higher place that we would now live. And I ask, if you haven't seen gold in your life, if you have not touched any gold, imagine they moved you, bring you in heaven, everywhere spanky gold, and you are just a poor, wretched person. What will you know to do with a gold plated seat? It will be akin to a woman you brought in from the village, and she comes into your house in the city, and you say, Mama, go and do a wee or a poo in the toilet, and she goes in there and comes back and said, no, all I can see is a breakable plate that is white in that place. You say, Mama, yeah, that's where we do our big business. He said, no, how can I be doing my this thing in a breakable plate? You see that plate house pack? People, I'm just trying to make a point. We have to, it is a must. We have to change the way religion, when I say religion, it's all encompassing, has somewhat, rather than help us to think critically, somewhat compressed and squeezed our thinking faculties, that we now act as zombies.
Of 35 years of military intelligence. So I'm not coming to the air to whip up sentiments, no. I have been in the system. I work with Abacha government. I work with Babangida government. I work with Abdul Salam. I work with Yar'Adua Obasanjo. As a core insider of operations, I belong to a group of people that you are not supposed to see, people that you are not supposed to hear. Because we have 3 classes of military officers. I belong to the wars group. I lost my family because my family does not have to know where I have been, where I have gone, and I cannot talk. I've seen Colonel Lu here, I've seen Stan Lambo. Some of us belong to that group that we are not supposed to be seen, and we are not supposed to be heard. The truth I'm telling you now is not about sentiments. Is that there are a group of people in this country that feels that this country should be Islamized. This is a fact. Except you want me to start mentioning names of people in this government that we have interrogated. I was a member of an interrogation team, and I've interrogated a very high-ranking member of this government in 2007, 2008 on issue of Boko Haram.
Now, he's going to blow up another lead. He's blowing his lead one by one. He's going to talk about how they interrogated and how they got the information that they got, and eventually how they even went to America to convince America to consider Buhari even before Tinubu came into the picture. Obviously, many of you, when I did my last broadcast before now, I called him out. Many of you said, well, I should not call him out, that he has repented. But, well, nobody says he hasn't repented. My good friend Dele Mamudu obviously was in that league, but he has several times also said, he's no longer, he's not supporting the evil that is happening. And, that is a man of honor. But here, what this man failed to do was at the same time, in the same vein, in saying, yes, I did this, I did this, I did this. He was also he fell short to say, Nigerians, I'm really sorry for the roles I played. Okay? But again, listen to his narrative once more.
I interrogated him. He's in this government right now. And what was the issue? Boko Haram. And this senior officer was actually let go because he was found culpable. But right now he's in the government. You see, we must say the truth, because if you don't, this country is going down the precipice. We have been set back more than 60 years right now. We've gone back to the time before 1966 now. And whoever is coming back to repair this country has a lot of work to do. This country has never been polarized, so we cannot run away from it. We have never been this much polarized. I'm a federal person. My mind is federal. My brain is federal. My loyalty is federal. I do things for the federal government. So I cannot come here and try to be sentimental. No, I'm a federal person.
So will your life be at risk now that they're hearing you?
I don't care. I don't care. And my colleague...
You see, that is the thing. And that is the point that I think many people need to get to. Because at the end of the day, he is saying the truth. So why should he worry about his life being at risk and those that actually are criminals perpetrating these crimes? No one worries about them. No one prosecutes them. But only the one that says, hey, these things you're doing is not good, should be the one worrying about things happening to him or her. No, that's not it.
They know me. Those people that listen to me, they know me. I don't care. The issue is that this country is bigger than individual. That is the issue. This country is bigger than individuals. Buhari will come and go.
Exactly.
Eliminating me or killing me will not solve the problem.
Anything.
And will not add value. But he will come and go. And somebody must come and repair the damage to the psyche of this society. The damage to the polarization, to the nepotism that I've never seen in my life. I work with all these presidents. This is the worst situation I've found myself.
Let's say this is the
And
worst
believe
president
me,
I've worked with.
Internet does not forget. I was part of the people that helped to bring Buhari to government because I believe in him.
Have you worked with the government after that?
After
you helped bring the government?
Oh, of course, I worked with him. We brought him in 2015, and I work as the Deputy Director of Defense Administration. And we have a lot of hope in him. And we actually are ready to do anything for him. What he has turned out over the years is shocking to us. I was in Harvard in 2014, in December, when the Department of State Services and CIA and others were contemplating about Buhari and other aspirants. I know what we did to convince the American government that the only person that can come and put this country right is Buhari. That was before the Lagos, APC, before they chose within.
Right.
And that was how Tinubu came in. We know what we did, but what he has done in the past 6 years is shocking. It's unprecedented. And it should not be allowed to be swept under the carpet because the damage to the psyche of this country is monumental.
It should not be allowed to be swept under the carpet. Well, you are part of the intelligence community. After Buhari leaves, hopefully they will still spare your life to get to that point. You have to live up to your words and ensure that whoever comes in this nonsense will not be swept under the carpet. Sadly, I wouldn't blame you. You wouldn't know. You're not a dotted person. You're not a trader. But many of us knew bad market ab initio when we saw the bad market. But again, here you are. Challenge, and the sad reality is that all of us are now crying, right, left, and center. We were told that $214, the 214 naira to a dollar was a crime against humanity. Now tell me about $512, 512 naira to a dollar. What is that then? That is over 100% increase within a space of how many years? That is a tragedy.
We'll talk more on this, but pardon me, we've kept Mr. Alfred Ononuju waiting. He's a security consultant and the forensic investigator as well. Good morning, and pardon us.
Well, I just wanted to do these analysis. I don't want to get to Ononuju's on, but his, interview was definitely, I must say, spot on. Spot on. He was frank. I give it to him. He was straight to the point, and at the same time gave instances that easily you can verify. I mean, this is you, all of you watching me now, either you're watching me from your OLED, LED, plasma, whatever, your phone, like my Medinaba phone, where people everywhere flood or anything, you would understand that he was frank and forthright, and genuinely, you can see that from the demo, you can see that from his face, that he was genuinely surprised. You see, the thing is that Buhari did not only surprise those that believed in him, he also mesmerized those that did not even believe in him. You know, one of my good friend, late classmate, Noble, would always say, if I can't dazzle you with my, or if I can't impress you with my brilliance, I will dazzle you with my stupidity. And I think in this case, we've been dazzled. We've been dazzled as a people, and we are now all confused because, yes, many of us, many people knew that bad market was the issue, but nobody knew that the market was this bad. You know, nobody knew that the market was this bad. That is the thing. But people, again, I say, we keep pushing. But as one thing that we have to take to heart is that many revolutions will still come. Many revolutions. Take it from me. However we think about it, what is going to happen is that, for me, the issue of Kaduna, the security breach, blah blah blah, is finito. Nothing is going to happen again. Anyone hoping that anything will come out of it, I will say good morning to you, because nothing, when I say nothing, absolutely nothing will happen. Absolutely nothing will come out of it. You think about it and you tell me that Nigeria is not a terrible crime scene, a terrible one indeed. Nigeria is indeed a terrible crime scene. People, go and buy your seat belt, double your seat belt, because the ride is about taking off. Please remember, we are now close to 300 people watching late night show. Here in Nigeria is 5 minutes after midnight, and you're watching me live and direct. I am still Mazes, okay. So anytime you hear bang 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 at my door, if I look back too much, that means DSS is jumping my fence. So if I hear bam 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 bam, maybe they are jumping my fence, but who cares? Dina Melaya would always say, if you talk, you die. If you not talk, you die. So listen, Kukuma talk and die, isn't it? Or the Ghanaian musicians, they say, etu sami, all die and I die, isn't it? So at the end of the day, so everyone, people, I say thank you for joining me. Please subscribe and click the like button. How can I have so many people watching on Facebook and only 29 of you say you like the stream? That's a little bit unfair. If not for anything, for my fuel, for the generator. Show some love, people. Goda Beleveda says I should turn to cat. Well, after you told me that yesterday, I bought 6 cats now, so that if I hear any strange noise in my house, if I do vroom, so that all the, when they arrest cats, I will know who came, because we only have one certain set of people that arrest cats. So if they come and arrest cat, I will know, you know, I will know who came. So, people, I will say thank you very much. Yes, Chigozie Okura say yes, I am. You want to see me, you want to come and buy me, you want to come and buy me palm wine. That's my brand. Okay. So I think the current government, by all indications, honestly, um, it will be a very long time to heal. Sometimes when you think this government can actually start initiating point of healing, what they keep doing is that they will keep digging more. You know, bearing in mind everything happening and the sentiment. Oh, Chigozie Okoro, thank you very much for the super chat. That's very lovely of you. Thank you. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that, Chigozie Okoro. Chigozie, remind me where you're watching from. You know, so, people, when you see all these things, you just keep asking yourself rather than begin to think of solutions, because now government could actually think more of solutions, how they could get these issues and things sorted out. Yeah, thank you. Okay, Chigozie, you're watching from the United States of America. Thank you very much. Okay, you see, those are people that are at work, and Maz is helping them stay awake. Therefore, they are paying their tithe. So now is offering time, offering time, blessing time. Let's do. Let's see if you actually if you like what we are doing, it means your happiness more. And if your happiness more, you do something for people that are happiness more. In this way, I will tell you, Nigeria is past. No, yesterday in Nigeria is past. Today is also past. Tomorrow is Teko. You think I'm kidding you?
You will be a past participant. Yeah. Hey! Ebu agomia. One day we go here. Say yesterday you are a past. So very soon you shall be past. Party. One day, say tickle. Say tickle. One nana so you are ne budi. On a meko.
So Nigeria yesterday you were a past. Nigeria today you are a past. But Nigeria, I'm telling you, if you don't give the people referendum, you will be what? You will be tickled. Nigeria, you will be tickled. If you add it all together, without the referendum, Nigeria will be past, party, tickled. Nigeria is party yesterday, today, tomorrow, it will be tickled. So use your teeth to count your whatever you want to count. Use your teeth. Gloria says she's watching from London. So Gloria, why are you still awake? It's after 12 UK time. So it's at the end of the day. You want to be, and let's also get those that voted. And I like playing it, because now here my eyes is already closing. I am beginning to behave like Nigerian economy. It's not me. My good friend in the Senate, in the National Assembly, says it, that our economy is going like this.
Our economic is doing like this. It's doing like this. It's blinking, shaking. So
our economy is blinking, shaking. It reminds me of the Indian film called Snake. Yeah, blinking, shaking. But be that as it may, as long as you're losing weight, but equally, even in this losing weight, actually, we have one Oga that said that's not correct. Let's ask him. Oga said it's lie.
When my 7-year-old grandson called me and said, "Grandpa, tell me the truth. Why did they call you Liar Mohammed?" I looked at him. What do you say to a 7-year-old son? How do you explain politics to him? So I said, no, don't mind them. When my
So don't mind them. Even the 7-year-old small boy is also smart, because the 7-year-old, all these thing we are doing, all these things we are doing is not getting him.
All right. Have you voted?
I'm voted, yeah.
Okay, so
I'm happy I'm voted, yeah.
tell me your feeling after voting today.
Yeah, after voting, I'm feeling okay. What I want, I get it on the result. I'm getting the party I want is the one going on. Thank you for that.
What are you expecting from these people you voted?
I'm voted, they can do what you want, and then when they want, what they want, inshallah, we'll happiness more.
So, inshallah, their happiness more. Now, if you're watching me and you're not happiness more, if you're watching me, you have not pressed the like button or subscribe. Do you want me to prophesy? Do you want me to pray for you? If I pray for you now, in fact, if you subscribe now, many, many things shall come unto you. If you press like button and subscribe now, Nigeria shall not happen to you. If you believe me, say amen. You know I'm a prophet. Not because I'm not taking tithe, but if your happiness more, so if your happiness more, show some love. Me, I am happiness more, because it's not only me that will be suffering in this heat and everything. Not many people know that in Imo State there is also fuel scarcity. So people here in Anambra, everybody is keeping. Everybody's buying petrol before somebody's house is. Nigeria is a crime scene. Someone is saying, Mazi, why are you up this late? Normally I don't do late night shows, but I did actually. I had a program by 6. I finished that. I joined the Middle Belt meeting, but after that, because I needed to address this issue and play the whole video and do the analysis, so hence we are here. Oh, Mazi says, Mazi, are you a comedian? No, that's probably my easier way of delivering something very serious to us, in order for us to get the point. You get the point now. Now I want to speak like a millionaire friend. What is that guy called? Millionaire. Punch it. Punch. 15 billion times 33.4 billion. So you see, the Jesus Christ of Nazareth Church, JCNC, says amen, and I say amen to you. But if people are not only tithe collectors, you should also be tithe payers. So you can also pay your own tithe here, so that if eventually DSS knocks in our door, when DSS knocks at your door, the door can never be the same. The doors must be changed. So we are in advance. No, Augustine Opera, no, there is no news until the court case happens. So if your happiness more, now you people are doing like people happiness more. I can see the likes are increasing, but not up to where we want to have it. But at least it's better than what it was. And I must again thank Chigozie for using the super chat. For those of you asking what is super chat is that place you are typing something, you see like a dollar sign to it. If you click on it, the rest is history. Mazi, they will know, they will break it down. Of course they will. Oh, there are people. Thank you all. It feels like we're not going to sleep today, Abby. Uh-oh. Toby said, I'm no longer happiness now. I'm going crazy for what Lord Lugard did to me. Haba. Oh boy, be coming down. Lord Lugard is dead. If you go too much crazy, you join Lord Lugard. You see, Pastor says, you got me, bro. Pastor, na so I go talk when I go come church one day. Or I go say when I go when I go they sing that song. Yaleha machineke na mere mo eze Jesus. Mama dirigi. When I go they sing them, I go tell them, say, Pastor, I understand though. I go, oh dear. I am Happiness More. Godwin Umamba says, I'm Happiness More from Oakland, California. Oh, Oakland is, I like Oakland actually. It's a very laid back city in America. You know, some part of it is, there are some, you know, if you come out of the train station in Oakland, you go left, one of the hotels I stayed in there wasn't the best, you know, but California is good. You know, sorry, what did I say? California. Sure. What are you talking about? I'm talking about San Francisco, San Fran, not talk, not you know. Namochi, good morning. Wow, Onyeka Mma. Matasika Teresia, good morning. You see, I get so many pickings, and I don't even know them. So it's one good thing about the late night is that every one of us is doing like this. Even those working are doing like this. Those watching, they don't want to log off. And you know why people come to late night? And I know many of us like me here in Nigeria want to do late night because it's only when they give you free internet. You see the wickedness of these companies. Only when the witches are flying, trying to avoid jamming the high tensions. That is only when they will give you 50 MB to watch me. But when I come online by 6 o'clock that everybody is active, I won't see you. Now I'm here and everybody is happiness more. No, there is no super chat on Facebook. What you can do, and by the way, we also have PayPal for those of you that uses PayPal. It's gingermedia@gmail.com. So that is it. Again, if you have your businesses that you want to also advertise on Ginger Media, that's also welcomed. You have to bear in mind, for my Igbo brothers, you need to know that Ginger Media is the largest Igbo platform on the planet Earth. So ozi ezila anwụrụ ọkụ site n'aka njenje ma ọkwa na olugo kwali Enugu aka. Maka na if they concoct medicine here, the medicine can do whatever it does. So good morning everyone. Live from California. It's already 4:20 in California. Matsika Taratsia. Now, what kind of name is this? My mom is from Ezinifite, from Madoka family in Ako. Oh, I see. Okay, Wadiana. But I don't understand this kind of name, or Matisika. Let me bring the name, because let other people help me, or because maybe I'm getting too old. Matisika Tarasia. Jesus Christ, is this South Africa or is it a little bit Boko Haramic? Anyway, people, thank you all. Mazi, how can we inclusive conference chat with UN official Western and local media? That will be a bomb dialogue. Well, we'll keep doing our best. At the end of the day, what we'll do is that we will keep pulling surprises. Watch this space. You know, this time around, we don't say what is going to happen until it happens, but watch this space. A lot is happening. Oh, Zimbabwe. Oof. Hold on, now I'm getting confused. How are you from Ezinifite and you're from Zimbabwe? Maybe I need to go and take one bottle of fermented brukutu, then I can understand this one. Ugu. Uchenna, I love your show from Texas. Thank you very much. Show me some love. No be only the kind love where they tell Nigerian woman, I love you, I love you. They go say, I love me, now for mouth, you love me. So blow some cases. Ifeanyi John Paul, thank you very much from Lagos. You are watching from Lekki. Oh, Lekki is where a house built on top of the lake. I know, I hope you know. Lekki people, I like you people, but now wow, now they leave one time when it go rain like this, all of on eye go clear. If it come inside, you go see your plasma TV, they smoke, they swim. You get inside your bathroom, your jacuzzi will become your canoe. Oh, Nigeria people, I'm watching from Ghana. Keep it up, bro. Thank you very much, Igor Paulo. So, what you guys are gonna do? We just listen. After this show today, I want to go and look, and this we have gone ballooned 2,000 people more because you got to love this. You got to share this stream. You know, adult name, but I am Chukwuka Analike from. Now you're talking. Jesus Christ, that's your real name. Your name is Analike. So why this mashikat? Sorry, make I no go bite my tongue, please. Watching from Dallas, Texas. Man, maybe I will change this evening broadcast or late night broadcast with conversation with my people in America. I would want us actually to look at something from the human angle. I've been wanting to talk about something from the diaspora. So maybe the diaspora will suggest a topic that I want to speak on their behalf. I think I've spoken about not overburdening the people in the diaspora by those at home because they do not pick money from the streets. As they say in pidgin English parlance, who no go, no go, no. Until you go, you take your eye see. Now we they call unongo, uno go, no go, no. Now diaspora voting, I mean, we have bunch of rascals in governments. They will never do that because they know that diasporas, when you hear the argument, oh, America is not using fully electronic because it can be hacked. You see, we do them like joke until we get them to that point. What we need to do is get to a point where we will be like the eagle and the python on the ground. The eagle will squeeze the python, swallows the python will squeeze and swallow the eagle. But if the eagle is able to lift the python off the ground, the python has lost the battle. That is where we need to get to. They say every day now for the thief. I be one day now for the where did they talk? The other one now for the owner of the house. You're watching from Richmond Hill, Ontario, Canada. Wow. I mean, this is my first time I'm reading your comment, Pistol P. Pistol P, I hope you've subscribed to the channel. Watching from Washington, D.C., you're doing a great job. That is Collins Omona. Collins Omona, that name sounds familiar. Are you related to the publisher of News Express? I don't know, but Washington D.C. is my area. I love it. Washington D.C. I do normally come to. I have a sister actually, an elder sister that lives in the D.C. area. George County. Brother, have you seen lost? Brother, have you lost many followers because some nonsense you started? You can't even write proper English. So can you delete what you wrote and write it again? Brother, have you see? Let me, before many of you think if you, let me see if you can understand this, brother. Have you see lost many followers because of some nonsense you started? I still don't understand. Have you? Is it a question? Have I lost many followers or whatever? I don't know what you mean. That have I lost? Have you? Have I seen lost? God, these English now. Mazi, you make fun of serious situation in Nigeria. We all think through that intelligent man just exposed them. Exactly. You can, you know, what do you want me to do? The man has just said, at the end of the day, listen, do not die for Nigeria. It's not worth it, even by thinking. So, in as much as I do understand where our, because listen, people, look at it this way. I said in my earlier broadcast around 6, one of the things when we talk about the Nigerian system not working and we see doctors running away from Nigeria and the minister of labor, who incidentally was a former governor and now a serving minister and the minister of labor and productivity, when he comes and says that the doctors are going away because we have more than enough, it should worry you and I because of the thinking behind it. Oh, blind me, another super chat. The usual culprit. Obinna Ifeanacho, thank you very much. Obinna. Obinna Ifeanacho, it's a very, in fact, he's one of the top fans of this platform. Um, his dot t-shirt is yet to arrive. As we sent him the first one, even in the America, they were so jealous of our t-shirt, they opened it and took it away. So someone stole it. So that one is still, the case is still ongoing. But Obina, we would appreciate when you get the t-shirt to, um, you know, allow us and send us your photo. So make it a pepper dose, it a pepper. Like what I was saying, when I said that Nigeria is a crime scene, this is Obina. Thank you for the super sticker, actually. When I say Nigeria is a crime scene, and when you look at the things I said before, how come your doctors will be running away? Your own doctors are running away. And one thing that must bother us is that even in our seriousness, we as a people must maybe begin to look at how we fend for ourselves. As it is now, we're all talking. You watching me from London now, you are not scared. You watching me from Germany, you are not scared. You watching me from America, if anything happens to you now, all you need to do is dial 112 91119 or whatever number that is in your own country. Within 5 to 10 minutes, an ambulance will be at your doorstep. But pause for a moment and think about this. You watching me from the diaspora. If anything happens to your mom now, very likely, or very unlikely that they will survive. But God forbid, but let's say someone close to you has a heart attack, stroke, anything. By this time, the hospitals are locked up like a shop, gone. There is no car to take them. You call a driver, the driver is thinking, oh, are they going to kidnap me on the way? Is armed robbers going to invade me? So there is, an economy that's why when this issue of insecurity started in the southeast, and if people say because I didn't support that, you're going to unsubscribe, I mean, please, I do not need such subscriber. I am till tomorrow. Anything that will bring insecurity in the southeast, please count me out. I am a builder, not a destroyer. Therefore, Imagine where insecurity of that level pervades the land. You can no longer give attention to those that need them. We are here. People, there is no, there was a time I was thinking, I wish that God would give me the resources to build what I call Mwakondo Kenya, just like old people's home, Artenheim is called. My both parents, if you don't know, my mom is dead. Whoa, it's been dead since 1995. My dad died 2006. But hey, I can proudly say I'm an orphan, though I have a farm. But when you look at it that way, you would understand one thing, that we must begin to think and live part of our life for others, because you can't live your life only for you. Sometimes I walk around, I see some old people. Some of them, you look at their fingernails, and some of them, you look at their toenails, and I'm like, you can't just walk up to maybe an old woman and say, I'll cut your finger. Nigeria, they will say, hey, look at this man, he's cutting it, or to go and do juju with it. So, but the question is, how do we get our people educated to the point that, we have like a meeting point where, if we have like an old people's home, not where they will be sleeping, for instance, where they can come in during the day, stay, you get people to come and do their hair, if it's washing, setting, whatever, do it, use the opportunity to cut their hair, even in mean some would wash their wrapper, put it in a dryer, something that within 5 6 hours have them watch local movie, crack joke with other local people there, pro bono, have like a vehicle that will have wheelchair access, like, that can go house to house, pick them up, bring them maybe once or twice a week. Because sometimes what kills our parents when they get to that age is normally boredom sometimes, because they're no longer active. The moment they become bored, I mean, my dad was a super active human being. That even if he's sleeping, that time cockroaches used to climb everywhere. Any cockroaches that touches him, he would just reflex, bang, still catch the cockroach and squeeze it. But at some point, of course, you can't be a lion forever. Even even lions have expiry dates, and eventually, you know. But let's think about it. Maybe it's something people might come up somehow, but and do collectively. But things are not working. But we have to start doing something for ourselves. If there is something we can do that we can actually ignore this bunch of people called politicians and liberate ourselves and go ahead and sort ourselves out, and we'll see what's going to happen. It's really painful. You sit in America now, your light, you're not bothered here. For you to see this light, everything it has to be on solar. If not, nothing. Absolutely nothing. And not many of you know that it doesn't even cost an arm and a leg. You get a good solar installation done for you, 3.5 to 5 kVA under less than 1.5 million. You do not have these stupid generator all the time. But why would you ever think of having a solar panel installed in your house and giving that money, because it's that initial capital outlay? How can you do that if you had a government? In the absence of having any serious government, that's why we do everything for ourselves. And it is indeed painful, honestly. Wow, Onyenimo. I will come and join you in the UK. Onyenimo, thank you very much for the super chat. I think today we have Cubana boys. I'll call you guys Cubana boys. You guys are Cubana boys. You guys know the Onyenimo. Thank you for the super chat. Much appreciated. And Obin Ifana also much appreciated. These are the Kubana gang. Obi Kubana gang. You see as they do them, they throw them. So people, legit Kubana. Who told you that the original Kubanas are not legit? I beg backward. Legit Cubana boys. I like that one. If I may ask you, who creates insecurity? Chidi. I'm not Buhari now. I think you should be asking DSS that question. I don't know who creates insecurity at Bego. All I want is, even if others are insecure, I want to be secure. You know, Chigozie, your super chat has expired and dropped. Hi. So Chidi, please, I don't want to be confrontational. I'm interested in on your dot t-shirt. Please, if you're interested in the dot t-shirt, send me an email, please. Or, njenjamedia@gmail.com is the email address. And we would find out your location. Then we'll arrange to send you one from the United Kingdom if you're in the diaspora. Okay. So I don't know who creates this, but one thing I keep, I'm thinking, or rather, I've told us, any of you who have worked within the care sector before would understand maybe better what I mean. I remember while as a student, to survive, I worked within the health sector as what's it called? Some say auxiliary nurse, but the Germans called it Pflegehelfer. It really opened my eyes, and that time I remember the first time I left Germany to visit home. The attention I gave to my dad wasn't, I couldn't have done so if I didn't have that exposure. Because suddenly, what we call a new elephantiasis, that you see people, their legs will be, kind of rotten, smelling, and all these things, especially those with, a little bit XXL size. And in our local place, we'll call them that this person is being poisoned. Some say call it locally or a new, which is actually laughable, because that is a condition that if you treat properly, it disappears. But sometimes ignorance could be, contribute to this. And I remember that time, I'm saying these things so that all of us will learn. If you're watching me now, one of the things you can do to your mom, to your dad, before they leave this planet Earth, is when you get home, in their moment of weaknesses, engage them, be patient. If they have any sign of dementia, Alzheimer, be patient. Put your phone away unless you want to record. And I encourage you to record every single moment. My children never met their granddad. But at least now, because I was able to do some recordings then, over 15 years ago now. So that's the only time they can look at the television and say, oh, this is, who is this? You can now explain to them. So endeavor, cut their, clip their fingernails and their toes. In between the toes, old people, because it's always covered all the time, it's a little bit moisture and it smells like a rotten animal. Deal with it. Some, in Nigeria, there is what we call Detol and Isaac. Is it Isaac or Isaiah? No, Isal. Oh, Izal, when it touches water, it turns slightly whitish. Use it to tidy up. If it's in the case of incontinent, in fact, I think I'll cut this part off from the main thing so that I will be able to post this part as an independent broadcast because it doesn't tally. But again, because it's a late night discussion, so the audience are there. We are having conversation. That's why I'm actually talking about a lot of things that affect you and I. I know many of you watching me. We are all people of circumstances. Please, do not send me your what's it called, your email in the chat. Send me an email. Like write me a message. Hello, Mazes, okay? It is me, Chiwonye Obani. During your live stream, you talked about the dot t-shirts, something like that. Then I will reply you, please, okay? Because I can't take note now. The thing is only scrolling, so more comments are coming, is coming up. So please spare me that. So yeah, Bade Iken, thank you very much for the correction. It is Izal, I think. So, like I said, what one of the things you can do for your parents is just whatever they ask of you that you can afford. They are the only people you owe anything. Your mom and your dad. They are the only people you owe anything. You know why I say this? You have to do these things because if they are no longer there, so that you have no regrets. Like I keep saying proudly so, that my dad died, that whenever I remember, even when he died, I wouldn't say one was much off, but as of the day he died, there was nothing that I could say as a son that anyone could do that I didn't do. Therefore, you had no regrets. So do that. If you can do birthday for your mom, your dad, you want to spend money? Yes, I approve. That's the best time to spend money, not when they are dead. When they are alive, they will see it. They will enjoy it. That's what I said, I don't even bother when you die if we, the tradition of killing cow or not. But for your birthday, yes, is a must. You need to really enjoy. That they eat meat, but or that you personally don't consume red meat or anything. But again, just that symbolism of it. Symbolism of it. So try as much as possible. I don't know why. Maybe this message is for someone. I don't know why that. I don't want to sound like a pastor and say the Lord is laying it upon my heart. Before I lie, no be Lord Leo, Lord no be. Before you do my job, will say may the rod bless you. I say with your rod again. Whether they go on each main market, go buy a rod. But bottom line is I don't know why I'm saying this now. Maybe it is for someone. If you have time, make the last days of your parents memorable. If you can record them and keep it for yourself because it helps in your moment of grief. Even having lost my mom for over how many years now? 20 something, is it? Is it up to 95? Yeah, it's 20 something years now, 26 years. There are sometimes you still get emotional. You think, how you wish XYZ. So sometimes those little things could be a point of succor. Take care of them, give them their baths, carve their hair. Funny enough, when my dad became old, I started giving him hairstyle, do bevel bunk, do shave his mustache, kind of doing stuff. So, it was fun and he liked it. Uh, so do the best you can, people. Thank you very much for joining me. I've already really enjoyed my time with us. Cello Ello says, please send me on your t-shirt black extra large. Send me an email, please. I beg you. Okay. Thank you very much, Chigozie. I do appreciate all the time. I do appreciate every one of us. Ifanacho, thank you very much. Chinyo Bani, Ignatius Ekekwe, Antonio Lang, thank you all. Thank you, Pisto, Francis Ugu, Prophet Elijah from London. Jeez, so many of you. Maybe we might fix a date for late night show, is it? Maybe. Maybe we might suggest that. We'll suggest a date that we'll do late night shows. How does that sound, people? We'll fix a date for late night shows. You know, maybe should we move our Friday hangouts to late night? I mean, we might create a poll and make that decision. Thank you very much. Maybe this message is for me. I will try to speak to you personally about it. I don't know. Yeah, you can speak to me. You can call me, but not now. You know, um, I hope that message reaches someone. Do something before it's too late. I don't know who, but it might be for you. It might be for someone else. I don't know. Okay. Once more, thank you everyone for being part of this broadcast. And I will say good night, good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, wherever you are. Thank you. You've been a blessing, and I am still Mazi Ezoke. This is Ginger Media TV. Again, if you look at the lower banner touch there, this is our contact details. If you want to contact us through WhatsApp, you can do so. Our number is +234 708 004 2206. You may wish to advertise with us for your businesses, especially those of you in the diaspora, those of you from the southeast, especially. You can, as this is the largest platform, of the dotted people on earth, you can always know that ozi ezila anwụrụ ọkụ ga-elu eluigwe aka. I say good night to all of us from here. Hopefully, DSS will not jump my fence. Thank you very much for being part of this.